Hi, I'm Eric Hollenbeck, Director of Percussion Studies at Colorado State University. Today I'm talking about the Mallet Etude for the 2025 Colorado All-State Band Auditions. And this is the percussion part of it, so I'll talk about snare drum, timpani, and mallets. This is the actual Mallet Etude, and this year they have basically the first 12 bars of the Allemande by Thomas Baltzar. Thomas Baltzar was a German violinist from the 17th century. And in particular, this piece was originally written for solo violin, so it's something that you want to kind of check out as you prepare for this. So I would definitely listen to a violinist play this. There's a couple things about it that you want to check out. In addition to doing the A major scale and the F sharp harmonic minor scale, you want to play the scales that this piece, the Allemande, is actually in, which primarily is C minor, G mixolydian, and ends in E flat major. So I would actually practice those scales in addition to the scales that are asked. The other one that's asked is the chromatic scale, which is straight eighth notes. So you basically have three scales that are required, and then this piece, the Allemande in C minor. A couple things to think about. One is that it's about eighth note equals 120. I would be very flexible with the time. So as you listen to the violinist, something they typically do is they are dynamically expressive, and they also are rhythmically expressive. And something that percussionists we don't do well is actually rhythmic alteration or flexibility. We tend to play exactly at time. So 120 is kind of a rough guide, but you want to kind of push and pull, and hopefully through the performance that I played following this tutorial that you can get some ideas, but really I would go to a violin recording and listen to it. A couple things, I would play all notes, all accidentals, E flat, A flat, and B flat, which are the three primary accidentals in the middle of the bar. I would not play them on the edge. I would take the time. It's really not that difficult, and you're playing scales and you want a really pure sound. I tend to have mallets that within this 2-octave range that you're being asked to play, which is really C3 to C5 or G3 to G5. You wanted something that speaks well in the upper range and the bottom range. I use one softer mallet in the bottom, and I use 4 mallets. You can use 2. You have to figure out a way of graduating these, which you could do it that way. You could also do the first one. You could do it that way versus this way versus or a chord. So you just have to kind of figure out how you're going to handle the double stops or the 4-note chords or the 3-note chords. But something I like to do is hold 4, even though I'm primarily using the inner 2 mallets. Occasionally I might use the bottom. You have one trill, and that's the very end, and the way I play that is to play the bottom note first, the B flat, followed by the F, followed by the G, or the upper neighbor, which is the trill. And then, so the trill will go directly into the last 3 30-second notes. So you got, so you want to kind of slow that down into that. I'm doing a retard at the very end, and so that trill is representative of kind of slowing that down and then ending up in this. But of the 3 etudes, the snare drum, the timpani, and the mallets, this is going to be your most expressive. Obviously, you need to play the right notes, and you need to kind of be accurate, but the big thing that's going to sell this is the expressiveness, both dynamically and rhythmically, that you get to kind of happen in your recording. So take the time to kind of listen to the violinist and definitely match up some ideas about rhythmic phrasing in particular that you want to do. So anyways, there is one wrong note I want to mention, and that's measure 11. On the E of 3, instead of a D, should be an actual C. And you'll definitely hear that if you listen to the original violin part. You'll see that, and it printed wrong too. So you want to make sure E of 3, measure 11 is a C on that. So anyways, have fun with this one. Be expressive, both rhythmically and dynamically, and have fun with it. So best of luck.